there, hey, and thank you for tuning into this Tuesday pod of Born to Be a Star. It's Tuesday, but it feels like Monday. It's very weird and bizarre. Yesterday, I hope that I said Happy Veterans Day. I can't remember, but I hope I did. It was a wonderful opportunity for me to, praise my family members and those that have served, even my best friend. She's not a veteran yet, but she will be at some point once she retires. But today is Tuesday, the day after a holiday, and it just felt like Monday, and there wasn't any. And when one thing goes wrong, then everything else follows suit, and that's kind of what it felt like. But today is another day and another opportunity for us to recognize our star power. Even though I'm tired and I feel like it's Monday and it's Tuesday, I'm gonna be positive, right? Today is another day and another opportunity for you to recognize your star power. Another day and another opportunity for you to recognize where you've been and where you're going to next in your stardom journey. Honestly, your reflection in the mirror that you're seeing is something that you have to learn to love and learn to appreciate. When we're reflecting on where we've been and where we're going to next on our journey, we're starting off our day by saying to ourselves, yes, we can have a great day. Yes, we can move forward. Yes, we can be better than we were before. Yes, we can try something new. Maybe you want to change your favorite color or your hairstyle, or maybe you're finally ready to make new friends. Maybe you want to join a club. Maybe you do want to learn how to play chess or the cello or checkers or poker. Maybe you do want to get involved in the community that you live in or your church or something. Maybe you do want to knit or sew or design or learn how to code, right? Maybe you do want to get a pet, or you're finally ready to buy your first house. You're finally ready to start having kids. You're finally ready to do something that you were scared to do. Whatever the case may be, you should be finding a way to say to yourself, yes, I can. Following the idea of yes, you can is the idea of never giving up. And when we think of never giving up, we have to be reminded that how can you love yourself or anyone else if you're willing to give up? If you're willing to allow fear and doubt and negativity and envy to corrupt your mind, right? The media, the celebrities, the politics is always telling us something that we're not good at, or like corporations are constantly putting people down, not really relaying the fact that they have the ability to do things, but limiting their ability to do things. And honestly, should we allow that to continuously happen? That's the question. The question should be, what are we doing to do things better? When we think of the idea of never giving up, you have to understand you have to persevere through the difficulty to get back to the good. Life is difficult. The doctor's going to tell you something you're not going to want to hear. Somebody you love might die. Something might not go the way you want to. You might mess up on something and have to do it again. You might fail. You might not get that job you applied to. You might not get that promotion. You might have thought you were going to get that promotion, but they gave it to someone else. You might have thought you were going to get that house, but they sold it to someone else who bid like 5 cents higher than you did. You thought you were going to get that car on that car lot, and the guy lied straight to your face and sold it. Things can go the way you don't want them to go, but that's okay. That's life. Sometimes we have great luck and great experiences, and other times we don't. And that's okay. But I won't give up on you, and I hope that you won't give up on me either. When I'm reminded of the men and women that serve our country of the United States of America and those that serve other countries around the world, I'm reminded of Veterans Day, which was yesterday, and everything that they do. I'm reminded of the men and women that sacrificed everything on the Marines, the Reserve, the Air Force, the Navy, every crevice of the armed forces, those that are serving now. I'm reminded of everything that they stand for and everything that they do. The EMTs, the emergency room nurses and doctors and the people that clean the bedpans and the people that pick up the 911 emergency calls and the firefighters and the police officers and those that sacrifice everything to protect others. I'm reminded of that. And honestly, I can't help but think, how could I give up on them? And I know they're not going to give up on me. Following the idea of never giving up is the idea of why not today, because procrastination and indecisiveness is no one's friend. Taking 4 weeks to fix the dishwasher is obscene and insane. If the washing machine is not working correctly in your basement and you need to get it fixed, if that white wall doesn't look white anymore, you probably need to repaint it. If your car's not acting correctly, you probably need to get it looked at. Why are we putting off today for tomorrow? We can't buy time. We can't control time. We can't stop things. This is not a movie, it's reality. And as much as I bring up Adam Sandler and that movie Click that I bring as my example, there's a bunch of other movies that have to do with teleportation and stopping time as well. And the reason I bring up Click is because you can see the remote and understand the connection. But there's so many other ways we can connect that. We can't stop time. Aliens or some force is going to try to consume us entirely. And don't we want to get everything done? Why are we putting off today for tomorrow? We can't stop time. We have to get things done. If you don't organize your life correctly, you're never going to get anything done. You got to follow up with your doctor's appointments. You have to do things or they won't get done. Why put off today for tomorrow when you could do it today? That's it. Moving on. Let's get to something I can't wait to talk about today. But before we do that, let us get to the Matrix. Red or blue, they're coming for you, the Matrix. What is the in crowd? Is there an in crowd? What does that mean? You know, when people are having conversations but you're not included in it, and people think that they're doing something smart, but they limit other people, and instead they try to create this inclusion. I'm noticing that that's a thing now. I don't want to say it's annoying, because I don't think I care enough for it to irritate me or be annoying to me, but it's just something I'm observing in a bunch of different facets of life. When it comes to your job, right, where you work, right, why are we creating environments where people aren't included? Why are you having some half-assed conversation when you're saying things and you're bringing an element of surprise into a conversation to make a person's mind wonder? What's that? Can't we stick to the basics? Why are we venturing into all this insanity? That's my question. And if we're venturing into this insanity, what's next? I guess that's what I'd be interested in, that. But honestly, I don't know what the in crowd is. And when you witness people do this thing where they want to have these side conversations and they want to make themselves appear more important than they are, you have to question what is the ending outcome of this? What are they attempting to accomplish? What are they attempting to do? Why do they sound like that? Why is this happening? Those are the things we should be thinking of. And the idea that people are gaining power because they're morons just kind of drives me insane. People are always having needless conversations and adding their 8-layer opinion into something, and it's kind of irritating, this aspect of it. Why bring up something if you don't want to include everyone in the conversation? Why have someone overhear something that they shouldn't overhear? I'm okay with just not hearing anything at all. But the idea that I have to overhear shit and then I'm supposed to wonder and I'm not included in it, what's the point of that? And see, I'm very good at observing and being silent and reading the room, and I told you that creepy ability that I have to read someone in 5 seconds and know that they're full of shit automatically. But what is an in crowd? And why are we creating that? Isn't that what the inner circle is, an inclusion, a bubble of stupidity? If we're creating that, aren't we limiting ourselves? Isn't that idiotic? Why are we doing that? I don't know. Red or blue, they're coming for you, they're coming for you. The Matrix. Is there an in crowd? Or do people just think they're more important than they actually are? I guess we're going to find out tomorrow. Moving on from the Matrix, let us get to the headlines with no media allowed, no media allowed, no media allowed. They lie to us anyways. Sad news. Okay. Huckabee is going to be, I'm not really as sad about her as I am about Pete, but Huckabee, one of our friends from Fox News, is going to go on the Trump brigade. Pete from the morning show on Fox is going to be in charge of some important position. So I don't know how much of Fox he's going to be able to do as he goes into that position. Marco Rubio will be stepping into his position as well. We talked about that last night. We still don't know who's going to be in charge of the Department of Justice. There has been someone that's going to take over the CIA, I think. A lot of these decisions that Trump is making, Huckabee, Sanders, whatever her name is, the lady that shot the dog, she's going to be in charge of the border with Holman, and I think that's a great match for her. She's very strong with her border. She did a phenomenal job in South Dakota, and I'm really excited to see what she's going to bring to her position. Elise is going to be great in her position as well. I think that Trump has done a phenomenal job with not waiting to make these picks. I think he's got to jump right in, and I think he's making the correct decision. Overall, what I've witnessed for the headlines is that the media can't stand the fact that they don't really know what to talk about with Trump. Like, they're actually running out of topics. Not just that, but like they don't have anything to talk about. Now, they can claim one thing or another, and they could say a bunch of things, but does any of that matter? No. Why isn't everybody talking about that FEMA story that Trump was right about to begin with when he made that comment? And I brought it up on the podcast that they likely didn't go to the houses of people that were conservative or were voting for Trump. And I was right too, and I feel vindicated that story came out of Daily Wire. 100%. I said that on this podcast. You can go back and click that play button and find it. Now, I don't know which one it was because I do a lot of podcasts, but I definitely said it within the last year or within the last couple of months since the summer when that horrible hurricane broke through. Right? I said that it's likely that FEMA is misused their funds. They spent all this money on these illegal aliens in our country, but they couldn't help Americans. And I bring up East Palestine all the time, right? Because look how they treat American people that don't agree with them politically. They treat them like they're not American. And guess what? We all know it. But looks like The View has a bunch of idiots on it saying how bad Trump is. And they're losing. Nobody looks at MSDNC. Nobody watches CNN. Nobody looks at ABC. Nobody looks at them except for their parents and their family members, maybe. But doubtful of even that. Like I said, Pete is Trump's pick for defense secretary. Think he's going to be an amazing pick. Looks like Elizabeth Warren has already tried to insult him and she failed. Everybody keeps talking about Peanut the squirrel, and that's hilarious. It's so sad that squirrel died. Chris Wallace is leaving CNN because I guess CNN is laying people off the network because they're running out of money, because they don't talk about anything on any of their programs that they have. They just make shit up. Now they're talking about Russia again, and nobody wants to fucking hear about that. Trump names his new CIA director, and the new CIA director is going to be John Ratcliffe. Not surprised by that. Very excited about that pick for Trump. AOC is an embarrassment. Listening to her argue with the new guy in charge of the border when she doesn't understand the border, it is kind of a great description of who she is, because she's a moron. I think that our House representative is going to be fine in his position. I want to replace Mitch McConnell already, and I know that people aren't playing correctly, but we know there's one winner here, and can't we just say it and get on with it? Like, why do we have to sit here and wait? One person should be in charge of it, and it can't be the same kind of person that's been there forever. Mitch McConnell has done so many fucked up things to the Republican Party and to the voters, right? The conservative voter, the independent voter, the Democratic voter, whatever the voter is, Mitch McConnell has fucked you over by signing off on things that don't make any sense. You understand the reason we're in all this debt, right? Mitch McConnell. Duh. It looks like the House Republicans are demanding that the Biden administration preserve documents. Some dude named Scott Jennings was roasting the comedians because they're not funny on late night. I mean, the only thing that I watch on late night is, Greg Gutfeld. Whoopi Goldberg says she's a working person. There is no way that's true. I don't believe anything she's saying. She would leave The View if she had more money. I don't believe that for one fucking second. The X is fighting the Biden Department of Justice over secret subpoenas over user data. I hope they win. It looks like President Trump's wife is not going to be meeting up with Joe Biden, because who the fuck would want to? Remember when they went to her house and they dug in her underwear drawer? Like, I don't forget any of that shit. Kristi Noem is going to be the DHS secretary. Very, very happy about that. Mike Huckabee is announced for the U.S. ambassador of Israel. He was on a Hannity show tonight. Gonna miss him on Fox News, but understand. Liberal women are going on sex strikes as well, but nobody fucking cares. Like, nobody cares. When they go on these sex strikes, do they know they're helping us? And what man with a normal mind wants to be bothered with some psychotic person that's going to shave their head and point to things that don't make any sense? Also, before I get to the main part of this conversation on No Media Allowed, I forgot to point out that the Trump administration is going to be completely demolishing the Department of Education. And I think he should start by firing whoever's in charge of it now and getting rid of all the unions and burning it all down. I'm speaking metaphorically. I don't mean that he should actually burn it all down, but I'm saying that he should just get rid of it entirely. It's great that he's not waiting, or he doesn't care about what anybody says, and he already calls the media fake anyway, so I mean, we're not giving a flying fuck here. That's some of the media of what's going on here. Trump's picking his positions. He's starting off strong. I'm dealing with family members that are saying, we're going to see what happens with Trump. But I said to one of my brothers today, I said, maybe you should have a different approach to Trump. Maybe he's going to do what you don't think he's going to do. Like, the politicians are always scheming and lying, and Nancy Pelosi has more ice cream than a fucking ice cream shop in her house, right? Maybe we should look at this election differently. I mean, I know I am. I don't think we need to be telling family members we don't want to eat with them, because there was a funny joke brought up last night on Gutfield. The only people's houses you're going to go to anyway are the conservatives, because those are the only people with the houses. So, how does that work? I don't know. But moving on, I did want to bring up the Department of Education before I forgot, because that was important. Let's get to what I put in the notes for the show. We have to move forward. So I think that Trump is doing a phenomenal job moving forward. Do I think Trump should allow Hunter Biden to get away with everything that he did? No, I don't think Hunter deserves a pardon for shit. How we clean the swamp is, not only do we have to replace these people, but we have to replace 20 to 30 to 40 people into these positions, right? In order for us to actually make a difference here and to actually do something that needs to be done, not only do we have to clean the swamp, we have to make it so the swamp can't ever return again. It has to be something where it's completely annihilated, right? It has to be something where this can't happen again. Like, the Department of Justice can't be used to fulfill the dreams of a politician that is never there. Like Joe Biden, he has been on the beach every day since he became the president, and he hasn't actually been the president at all. I can't tell you one thing he's done, because I don't remember seeing his ass. So I have no idea where the fuck he is, and why is he on a beach right now, walking around? I mean, what is he doing? To clean the swamp, we got to get rid of these people. All of them. Janet Yellen, gone. All these people. The Fed guy that's saying he's not going to walk, or the other Casey guy saying that he doesn't want to concede and he wants to recount. No, shut the fuck up and move on. You're out. You're done. You're replaced. No, we don't give these people second chances, and we don't give them any airtime. If they want to go on a fake media and they want their 5 seconds of fun, fine. But outside of that, we got to move forward, and we got to move fast. Seriously, drain the swamp, leave nothing behind, and clean the dirt till there's no dirt left. Let's get the hand sanitizer and the bleach, and we don't stop until it's all gone. How is California still counting? I mean, now we got the numbers from fucking Minnesota and all these other states, and California still isn't done yet? I mean, how's that even possible? Shouldn't it be insane to you listening to this? The election was a week ago, and California isn't done? How? I don't get it. But okay. I want to sit here and believe that California can be saved, even with all these Republican people that are speaking up. And at this point, Trump has won the Senate and the House, so good for him. But I don't know about California. It might be too far gone. It just might not be something we can fix. The idea that it's taking 7 days later to count shit doesn't make sense to me. Who is going to these colleges that are woke and saying all this ridiculous shit that wants to use propaganda to indoctrinate you and take your money? I don't get it. You're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for what? Why would you want to pay money to get indoctrinated? I mean, I probably have fallen victim to it too. I mean, definitely in my master's program, it was a little off, so I don't know. But, like, the idea that we're telling people they can be anything they put their mind to, within reason, though, you have to understand, like, if you want to be successful and you want to accomplish things and you want to grow or you want to do something, you have to work hard for it, and you can't stop. This means never ending and pushing. If you're going to do that, you have to understand how that works or what that looks like. But I guess a lot of people are going to these colleges. When I hear about the fact that they're still, like, having all these, like, protests on these college campuses in the United States, in the other countries, and like no one is like holding these institutions accountable, I'm left wondering, why are they getting funds from the country? Why are they being rewarded for this insanity? Why aren't people getting fired? Why aren't we holding investigations asking how the fuck is this helping with people and their intelligence? Is that why there's all this DEI crap? Because we allow all this mischievous behavior at these colleges? I mean, when does that end? I have serious questions here. And it's doubtful it's going to get answered. The American flag is up high and everyone is united, because everybody had all this bullshit to say about when Trump won, all these things were going to happen, and none of it happened. And The View and the bald blonde lady from CNBC and all these ridiculous ass people that aren't reporters and don't know what reporting is, and they don't know what journalism is, and they've never spent a day in college actually paying attention to what their job actually is, are a joke. America had a message for the media and the celebrities and the bad actors and actresses and the shitty people that thought Kamala Harris was going to win. It was, nope, not today, and also fuck you too. That was the message. And I think it was heard very clear. And it's been a week later, and all these motherfuckers keep crying and whining, and these psychotic bitches are on TikTok chopping their hair off, and the most insane things are happening. And these colleges are offering these students like therapy and teddy bears and Legos and chocolate milk. Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't second grade. This isn't preschool. This is not a daycare. If you can't deal with the fact that you motherfuckers lost, then that's too bad. Women are targets to the Democratic Party, and hopefully women are waking up to understand that the abortion thing is a joke. Moving on from the politics to the main part of the conversation, because damn, I've been talking about politics for 30 minutes now. Let's get to the next part of the conversation. Home should be paradise. You really should create your home as a place you can't wait to get back to. All day when you're at work and you're working or you're doing things, your home should be a place you can't wait to get back to. And it doesn't mean it has to be 5,000 square foot. Doesn't mean you have to live in Palisade Drive or in Beverly Hills, or you have to live in some rich, expensive, gated, like off the press place. I don't know, like, I don't think that you have to have a gazillion dollars to have your home be paradise. I don't think that you need some big mansion or all that crap to make your home paradise. I think home is what you make it, and it can be anywhere with anybody. I think that's the great part about building your home and your foundation for yourself, for your kids, for your family. It's understanding that. How we stream everything because no one's watching TV like that. I mean, I have a Fire TV, but you can get an Apple TV too. You could just get a smart TV. That's probably the easiest way to do it. If you have Xfinity, you can stream directly through Xfinity. You can obviously stream shit through your phone. There's so many methods to the madness. I say pick one. Hanging with family is important to do, especially during holiday times. Creating your own happiness is finding a way to be happy with things that you like. Maybe you don't have everything that you wanted. It's not there today. But creating your happiness is maybe watching SpongeBob. Maybe watching a cooking show you like on Food Network. Maybe trying a recipe out in your own kitchen. Creating your own happiness might be going to your favorite Starbucks and having your favorite barista make your favorite drink. Creating your own happiness might be going thrifting. Or it could be reading. It could be doing anything that makes you happy. and surround yourself in that. It doesn't have to be anything too luxurious and insane, but it could be something small. Sometimes small things matter more than big things. So try to do something that gives you the ability to create the happiness that you're looking for. Should we update the kitchen? Now, when I think about updating the kitchen, maybe you don't need to like get complete new cabinets. Maybe you just need to repaint them or sand them down and repaint them. Maybe you just need to update your silverware or your bowls or your china. Maybe you need to update your kitchen utensils and get a KitchenAid at last with some attachments so you can make your own pasta like you're from Italy. Whether you want to get a new Keurig or a new cutting board or new knives because you want to feel like you're on Food Network, creating your own kitchen doesn't have to be like a dark hole of insanity. It could just be something small like placemats or updating the kitchen table or updating what's on your microwave cart or getting a new microwave or getting a air fryer instead. Could be any of those things. Moving on from the main part of the conversation, let's get to watching things. I'm almost at the end of the circle. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win this season, but we'll find out. What's at the movies? Currently, what's at the movies right now? Heretic or Herocracy or whatever that movie was, that's there. There's some other options, but not really anything newsworthy for me to talk about. Arcane looks okay. The 8 show, where is All of Us Are Dead? Wasn't there supposed to be a new season of that? Looks like Squid Games is coming out again. Is it the real Squid Game? I don't know. It's What's Inside. That looks like a horror movie I need to see. And Don't Come Home. That looks scary too. That's on Netflix too. We'll see what happens. Following the watching leads us into the eating. For dinner tonight, we had Luna's Pizza. It was delicious. It had pepperoni, and it also had hot sauce. It was fire. It was really good. Hot honey. It had hot honey and pepperoni, and it was delicious. Today was the $13 pizza day at Luna's, which me and Skip partake in every week. We like to support our local community and one of our local pizza shops in town, and it was definitely delicious, definitely good. For lunch today, I had a poke bowl with 2 scoops of spicy tuna, sushi rice with the rice seasoning, and I had cucumbers, jalapenos, cilantro, purple cabbage, and I had like a seafood medley salad, and I had jalapenos, and I had spicy mayo and cucumber wasabi with crushed onions, and it was delicious. I ate it with chopsticks like I always do, and I enjoyed every bite of it, and I can't wait to have that again. It's definitely one of my favorite lunches. Again, this is why I don't really know if I need to do meal preps anymore, because I could pretty much just eat that every day. Peppermint cheesecake. Does that sound like something you'd want to eat? The Gobbler. That's at Hall's Kitchen, and we probably are going to get that another day this week. Loaded baked potatoes. Now, with loaded baked potatoes, does that mean you could put like everything in it? Like for me, loaded baked potatoes would be cheese, bacon, jalapeno, like ranch, fire. I guess it could be multiple cheeses, or you could add multiple meats in it, and you can add multiple sauces in it. It's really depending on what you want to put inside of it. Drinking more water. We should be drinking like 80 ounces to 100 ounces a day. But be careful how much water you drink, because you don't want to get sick. But you should be filling up your water bottle multiple times when you're drinking it. Coke Zero is definitely a better alternative to regular soda, because regular soda is bad for you. Look at the calories in it. Light lunch and early dinners are better for your body and like your metabolism. If you're trying to build up your metabolism and you're trying to be healthy or whatever, you should eat the correct way. Anyways, that is the end of this Tuesday pod. Thank you for tuning in to this Tuesday edition of Born to Be a Star. Brothers and sisters, you, me, us, they, and them. Not only are we going to save the United States of America and attack Canada and Australia, we're going to try to save London, but I don't think we can save it. We're going to try to save the UK, but it might not be savable with all them psychotic people saying all that nonsense there. We're even going to try to help China out because whoever's in charge of China got some crazy shit going on. We're going to try to save countries that actually need help. We're going to look out for Ireland and Germany and anyone else that's in need, right? But not only are we going to save the world with our light, we're going to save the galaxies beyond the galaxies, because we are the beginning, the middle, and the end, omnipresent, just like Jesus Christ. We were here when everything started. We'll be here when everything ends and starts again. We are the beginning, the middle, and the end. We are the light and the darkness. And the one thing that can defeat the darkness is the light, because we're everywhere and all at once. It continuously tries to tell us that we should be scared, what we can't do, how we're not good enough, why this or why that. And we have to have the ability to fight the darkness, because we're the light. At some point, the darkness is not going to exist anymore, because our light is going to be too potent for it. At some point, we are going to change everything. I see the light in you, brothers and sisters, and I hope that you see that in me too. We can change everything together, because we are the light. I hope you see the light in me like I see the light in you. I'll see you same place, same time tomorrow. Don't forget that you are a star wherever you are. I love you, beautiful world I live in. I love you, stars, wherever you are. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night, night.